voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. Okay, take it from the top. If you can hear my voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. Thank you. You're very good students. You're taking instructions very clearly.
If you can hear my voice, slap your neighbor. How are you guys? How are you enjoying your meal? How are you guys there? Kwanza, I need to mention something. People are looking very well. There was a dress code today. And I'm just looking at the tables and some people need a stylist. Please, please, I will not mention any names, but I just want to ensure next time you're going to be fined. Please, with the permission of Jean, some people, their membership fee needs to be doubled just for not dressing on the dress code. Anyways, welcome to the Project Management Excellence Awards 2023. Give yourself a clap for being here today. Give a clap for PMI Kenya for hosting the annual PMI conference, Africa conference. How many guys were actually at the conference? Okay, that's a good turnout. That's a good
So
turnout.
if I may ask Noel, what was your lessons learned from the conference?
Why you like this?
Eh, Jean, he can't remember. Let me pick someone else. I saw hands up.
Noel remembers the food.
I forgot.
Jean, guys had so much fun, they've forgotten.
Imagine.
Okay.
But you'll pay for this. During the conference, there was the PMI culture, where we talk about easy to work with, inquisitive. I can't remember the other three, but at least I remember. Yes. Yeah.
Let me tell you, my highlight for the conference was was the topic on sports, project management and sports, and having Colin Sinjara coming up on stage to talk to us and opening up our eyes on project management. And so, and Brian as well. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. So, Dominic, take us through the next section.
So, guys, we need an icebreaker. I want everyone to just keenly listen to me. I'm going to be going around, and this one, there's no being shy. I want you guys, if you had a superpower that you could apply to your project, the project that you guys said was struggling, the ones that never finished, even the ones that finished, what would you have done different? Just think for a moment, what superpower would you have and why? Actually, I'm going to call people. If I see you on the screen, then I'm going to... What am I seeing? I'm seeing you guys looking away. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you.
Come on. I don't make it a talk.
Yeah, this table. Okay, I'm seeing guys now getting back their forks to pretend they're eating. Yes. There's someone here who's looking at me as an answer.
Okay, thank you. I deal with so many things in terms of projects. I deal with the water and sanitation for underserved and unserved population in Kenya. I think if I had superpower in terms of projects, I would focus on what I would call water poverty in Kenya. It's playing a lot of big role in terms of depriving communities ability to realize their potential. I would really concentrate on funding those needy areas.
Hey, that one was a deep one. I thought you'd say, I wish I could disappear and just let my project, you give the assistant. Who else? There's a table here, full of ladies, and there's just one gentleman. I want to hear all your voices. Since you're the first person I'm seeing, you have to say something.
If I had a superpower, I would have to get the listening power. like whatever I will tell the project team, so that they can listen properly and attentively and carry my orders. So this is the main challenge of any project management, I think.
Okay, cool. Actually, me, to be honest, mine would be, I wish I could be able to just store some sleep. You know, the way you store like power in a power bank? I just wish I could, store some sleep, charge it, all those sleepless nights that I'm going through, and then one day I'm just recharging and I get all my sleep. Anyways, let's move on to the agenda. So what we're going to have next, we want to have the opening remarks from the awards team lead, who's going to be Simon Turere. And then also we need to hear something from our official sponsor for the PMI Kenya Awards 2023. And then after that, we'll have the main speaker coming on board who will share with us something that we prepared for us. We have a very, very important guest, so happy for that. So let me introduce Simon Turere, who's in charge of the awards team today. So all this hasn't happened without Simon. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you, Dominic. Good evening. Oh yeah, mine is really just to welcome all of us to this event. On behalf of the great team that has really has worked so hard to put this together. So our invited guests who are here, our finalists for the nominations that we had this year, that is the Volunteer of the Year, the Volunteer Docket of the Year, the Young Professional of the Year, Project Manager of the Year, the Social Impact Project of the Year, the Project of the Year above 10 million, and Project of the Year below 10 million. We and our fellow PMI members, the board members who are here, we all say from the awards team, karibuni sana. So today is really our third Excellence Awards. The first one we had in 2021. Then we had another one last year. And so this is our third one. It's just a time to really recognize those of us who have excelled in different aspects of what we stand for as PMI Kenya chapter. And we are here tonight just to really recognize that effort and to encourage all of us to continue to entrench this culture of project management in our country. So feel very much welcomed. There will be great learning. There will be great networking. Please ensure that you make best use of this opportunity as we have our time here tonight. And so I'll take this opportunity just to welcome our sponsor, that is PickPoint. Ronald is here in the room. He's going to just share a few remarks, and then we will invite our speaker. Welcome, Ronald.
Thank you, Simon. It felt like I've cut you short. I was waiting to hear now, welcome. But do we have my slides? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so concerned about slides, but I should be concerned more about you. So my name is Ron Kefa. I am with the PickPoint Consulting, and we are glad to be here to continue our friendship and partnership with the PMI. I left PMI board reluctantly because we became an ATP, authorized training partner, and PMI rules do not allow us to continue as volunteers. So I had to leave the board. But I'm glad that we can still collaborate. And I'm just blown away by how much Jean and the team have managed to accomplish over the years. And for those who are in doubt, you must have seen the PMI Africa conference that was happening right here a few months ago. All right, so please, next slide. Next. Whoa. So I was here, not right here, it was another place, but 2 years ago to pick up an award on an event like this one. And so I'm very happy for all the nominees, the finalists, and you know, this award really is, it puts you up there as an ambassador of the PMI and PMI Kenya chapter. And so we don't take it lightly, and I want you to bask in the limelight as I did on that night. I have quite a few number of people here that will tell you they are here probably because I put in a word, said, you must join the PMI Kenya chapter. And so I feel very passionate about this chapter. And I'm sure even them will be bringing more people. They will be bringing more people to the chapter in days to come. Let's go to the next one. I'm not here to speak about myself. I'm here to speak about a new exciting certification that PMI has launched recently. So we have been training PMP for the longest time, and a number of PMPs in the house here, we have worked together. But today, or tonight, I'd like to speak about a certification for construction professionals. It's a PMI certification for construction professionals in the built environment. And you can see the trouble that the construction industry is going through. In fact, it's deemed to be the most wasteful industry. So if you are here from the construction industry, you are part of the solution. All right, next. So the pain points that PMI determined, speaking with all sorts of giants in the construction industry, is, as you can see, 3. Project delays, scope creep, and exceeding budgets. So PMI has decided to do something about this. Next. And they have developed this credential in collaboration with these giants. Just look them up if you don't already know them. These are the who is who in infrastructure, construction, energy sector, big players. And so these are the people coming together with PMI to develop this credential I'm going to be unveiling to you. Well, not really unveiling, but some of you have never heard about it, so it will be an unveiling for you. I know Jean and Tim unveiled it some months ago, I think at the beginning of the year. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the certification is called the PMI CP for construction professionals in the built environment. So PMI intends to transform the construction industry by making it more efficient and sustainable, less wasteful, and more sustainable, as I said, and to create a community of construction project managers, just as we do have a community of PMPs, a community of construction project managers that can change the industry. Next one. So what is in the course? 7 courses, 3 micro-credentials. The first 3, number 1 to 3, those are the micro-credentials as you can see them on the side panel. It kind of reminds me when I used to run in the Standard Chartered Marathon. It doesn't look like I used to run, but I did. I have pictures to show and medals. When you're going for the full marathon or the 21 kilometer, at some point, you just want to give up. But you're thinking about that medal. If you give up, there's no medal. In this course, you get a credential after each level you complete. A motivator, right? If you dropped out at 5 kilometers and you are going for 21 kilometers, at least you get a medal for your efforts. So you do the first 3, you get those micro-credentials. You do the rest, and you get the PMI CP credential. So we are starting to offer this course starting January. My slide guy, please, let's go to the next one. There is a video there. Starting January, so let's just listen in for a minute, and then I'll wind up.
Welcome to the nexus of transformation and innovation, where grand construction dreams become a reality, and the future of construction is reimagined. Presenting the Construction Project Management PMI-CP Masterclass, a groundbreaking global certification by the esteemed Project Management Institute. Are you ready to rewrite your career story? To be a trailblazer in the world of construction innovation? PMI-CP Masterclass is not just a certification, it's your passport to the future of construction and built environment projects. This masterclass isn't about theory, it's about practical expertise taught by the best in the industry. Picture yourself as the leader who effortlessly navigates complexity, delivers projects on time and within budget, and pioneers sustainability. With the PMI-CP Masterclass, you join an elite global community of visionaries, innovators, and leaders. The expertise and insights you gain here are unparalleled. You're learning from the architects of success. Acquire the skills to master complexity, manage costs, and ensure project success. Unleash international possibilities and elevate your career to new heights. Remember, it's not about where you start, it's about how high you can soar. Don't miss your chance to redefine your career narrative. Join us on this exhilarating journey. The construction and project management industry is ripe for your leadership, innovation, and vision. Enroll in the PMI-CP Masterclass today and become the catalyst for change you were destined to be. Visit our website now to explore the PMI-CP Masterclass and embark on your transformative journey.
We will be launching this course in January, and it will run from 15th to 29th of February, 15th January, 29th February, online on Zoom, and it will be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you are most welcome. The construction guys, this is the certification that is going to show that you are ready to move to the next level. With that said, I want to thank you very much. And congratulations again to the finalists and all the nominees. Asante.
Guys, we need a handy clap for our main sponsor, Pink Point. Thank you so much, Kefa. So I want to move on over to our main speaker. We have a very interesting guest. So she's a distinguished career as an executive specializing in propelling innovation and transformation. She's been a consistent trailblazer advocating for technology across a wide spectrum of industries. What distinguishes her is her remarkable ability to seamlessly merge forward-thinking vision with pragmatic execution. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Fatuma Adan. Woo. Welcome, welcome. Happy to see you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying your meal, and I hope you'll enjoy my talk today. The theme for this year's event and the theme for my topic is the now and future of innovation in project management. Next slide, please. And given the era of rapid technology and advancement, I'd like to focus on a couple of things. We do know that there's global shifts in work dynamics, project management, which is driving the transformational change. My focus will be on three main areas, and I'm hoping to share my experiences and what I do feel is something that we all should have in sight as we approach this era. If you go to the next slide. I'll focus on integration of AI and automation. I will touch on the agile and hybrid project management theme. And finally, we will look at some adapting to remote work and distributed teams. And this is mainly driven with the trends you're seeing right now. Currently, the hype is on AI, and not only AI, but generative AI. But besides that, you will have noticed COVID has propelled us to accept the true reality of our global economy. And that is flexibility in how we work and flexibility in how we engage and operate with each other, right? But most so, I think you will appreciate the generations that are coming up. Unlike the boomers and the generation X, we have the millennial and the Gen Z. And these are individuals who would not want to spend more than 10 minutes of their time with you. They do not want to be confined. They would like to do 10 tasks at a time. And they are a generation of instant gratification. So what does that mean? They really want to see their impact, and they want to see it fast. So you expecting them to see it for 3 hours, for a whole day actually, or spend a week on one deliverable, when they can actually get it done in minutes. Those are the generation that have propelled the technology we have right now. With ChatGPT, something as ordinary as a project plan that we would literally take, on average, months to fine-tune, to validate the scope and build. Right now, even with ChatGPT, as long as I have a contract, I can get my plans ready in a matter of weeks. Actually, not weeks, days. And all I need to do is get my basics, clean it up, impart my knowledge, and fix it up. So if you move on to the next slide, I'll start on the integration. Sorry, just go back. Skip the slide. I'll touch on the integration of AI. Looks like there's a slide missing. Just go to the next slide. But basically, what I'm saying with integrating AI and automation, one thing is a reality. There's quite a lot of fear that AI is here to replace your jobs. People are afraid that AI is coming to take over, take our jobs. There's a lot of rigidness in accepting AI and working with it. But this is what I'm here to tell you guys. AI is not here to take your jobs. But what it is here to do is it's here to give you a competitive edge. And why are you not taking advantage of it? As opposed to starting from scratch, we have the ability and the possibility to get a technology that can give us drafts, give us ideas, create things for us. I have shared some example of project management tools that have integrated AI and make project management easy. Project Insight is one of them. I'll give an example. I'm currently working on a project that needs research done and surveys done. So for the needs assessment, I'm working with I think a boomer, or maybe a Gen X, who's conducting the research, but she's so scared to give ChatGPT her details and propel or make her work easy. So in as much as she's taking weeks to create a survey tool, knowing the needs of that survey, knowing what the outcome I would like, or rather what we are researching, I was able to get from ChatGPT whatever her job entails. But you see, I have created it, I have it, I'm just using her for validation. So those are the possibilities that AI is bringing. With generative AI, you are literally able to ask, or rather to nudge the tool to give you what you want, or to build a narrative that you would like. So as I wait for her to finish her weeks of research, I already know what the outcome is. And that's what AI is here to do. It's never going to replace her. She's an expertise. She has the human intuition that machines cannot have. But you can utilize the tool at least to get a basics. So instead of fearing AI and feeling like it's here to overtake us, let's embrace it, because it's here really to give us that competitive advantage. It's here to relieve us from doing repetitive work. Why do you need to fill a table when there's an AI tool that can fill it for you? Why do you really need to start an email when I can get a draft from ChatGPT in a matter of minutes? Why do I need to write minutes when there are AI tools that can literally join meetings for me in my absence, get notes, and brief me? That is the world we are going to, and why it is so, and why it's such a great fit for the current generation. They'd like to be in 10 sessions at the same time. And if I cannot attend the other 9, I can attend the most important one and have somebody taking minutes for me from the other 9. And guess what? I'll deliver on all those 10 deliverables, whereas predominantly we are used to taking too long. So another thing AI will bring is fast realization of value. Whereas we used to take years running projects, and I'll speak on IT projects, currently we are able to give businesses value quite fast, right? And it's because of the reduced time, not only in project management, but reduced time in delivering those projects. We have accelerators. We have templates that make even implementations easier. So there's no need to start from scratch. There's no need to fear AI. It's important that we embrace it and take advantage of it. Otherwise, you will not lose your job because of AI, but you will be made obsolete because of it. If you go to the next slide, ClickUp is another tool that is integrating AI into it, and a great project management tool. Please feel free to play around some of these tools I'm sharing and explore them. And I say, if you are working on digital transformation without AI's help, you could be missing opportunities to speed up the transformation and reduce costs. Just like I said, AI is here to accelerate our realization of the values. So it's best we embrace it. I'll touch a little bit on agile and hybrid project management. We know that agile allows us to be iterative in our development and quickly respond to changes. We also know that with a hybrid approach, we are able to combine various methodologies just to suit the project needs. Why am I saying it's important we conform? I'll tell you with the projects that I'm running. I have a partner delivering a product, but he is in constant competition with the competitor. As soon as the competitor releases a product, maybe something they were working on becomes meaningless, we will pack that and start another one. So that's the nature of work we are on. It's very competitive. You are having partners, clients who are competing with each other, developing products or running projects, and in matter of minutes, you can change, you can pivot. Today we were working on product A, tomorrow product A is no longer necessary because somebody beat you to it. So instead of continue working on product A that is already out in the market, you might as well start product B. So we have to be very agile and very flexible. And that is why the sprint rollout of, sprint rollout of features, product is very important. So how agile are you, and how can you get through small chunks of tasks or product or processes and release them out there? So we have to be very adaptive to succeed in the current work dynamic. So both aim to enhance efficiency, responsiveness in not only project execution, but by the way, success. At the end of the day, if you're always beat to the market, there's no point. You might as well shut down and go home, right? Yeah. Next slide. And finally, one thing I emphasize to employers, I emphasize to the individuals in this room. I'm not saying you're all boomers, but if you are, there's need to understand the generation we are working with. I interview a lot of millennials and Gen Zs, and one thing is very clear: they really don't have time. Somebody will resign because you do not give them a work from home option. Somebody will resign maybe because you do not conform to the fact that they can deliver on their KPIs working flexibly and not conform to your 9 to 5. And you lose out on creativity because these people are really creative. So how can you conform to what is in the market? And these are creative, intelligent. I'd call them lazy, but their laziness really drives innovation. They are too lazy to do things, so they'll figure out the easiest and fastest way to deliver. And those are what we call talent. So how do we work with talent? To work with the current talent, we have to embrace remote work, distributed teams. We've said we are in a global economy. You will be working across board. There is no need to conform opportunities in one region. You can spread them across the globe. There's no need to conform ideas in one region. You can spread them out. And that is how we are seeing businesses grow. But more than businesses grow, we are also giving each individual opportunity to be exposed to something they wouldn't necessarily have been. So currently we are realizing, and not only in the tech space, what COVID made evident, and I'm sure you saw, even our public sector had to embrace work from home. They started using Zoom. I was really shocked to realize there were companies as of 2020 who were not even using Zoom. So it made it clear that collaboration and working distributed was the norm and the way to go. And there are tools that have been built that facilitate this. If you move on to the next slide, I'd just like to share a couple of tools. The G Suite has really made collaboration very easy. Anybody not using G Suite? Trust me, if you're still on Excel or the Microsoft Office suite, you're going to take too long. You're going to take. Why not work 10 people in the same document? We finish, we move on, right? Let's get with the program. Sorry, guys. We have Slack. I currently work from wherever I am because I have Slack on my phone. I have all the tools that I need. I am very responsive. One thing is very key. Stakeholders currently right now need, in their definition of satisfaction, what they are clear about is responsiveness. If you're taking 3 or 4 or 10 hours to respond to my Slack, you are not responsive. And that is why we have smartphones, and they've been made very affordable for all of us to access. We have tools that can help us have fast collaboration. An acknowledgement suffices. I can quickly respond on Slack and say, I'll look at it, I'll respond to you by time XYZ. And that client will respect me for my responsiveness. They will wait because we have an agreement on a time, right? Unfortunately, there are some of us who choose to work with their laptops and open and check emails. I will not say much. We have World Time Buddy that, with distributed teams, is able to really tell people across the globe what time zone you are. When I am sleeping, my co-workers are able to know it's my sleeping time, and even if they leave a message, normally this is the trend I'm seeing. You don't need to respond to this now, but when you get up, please look at action 1, 2, 3. You see how these tools are allowing us to work across globe with respect of each other's time zone and respect of each other's work-life balance. Because in as much as these collaborative tools are there to help us, I will not lie, it mixes our work-life balance. It does not sort the issue of work-life balance, but what I've realized, when you combine these two, you are able to not have success in both areas, but close enough. You'll get at least. You'll not be failing, you'll be 90-90 at least. Trello and GitHub, for the guys in tech, please look into it. It helps. It's to a point where it even helps us code together. You can have a collaborative platform to code, build product, and build features together. So I did not just want to tell you where we are going. I wanted to share some tools so that I can nudge you. Please, let's embrace technology. Irrespective of whether you are in a tech industry or not, one thing is clear. We are not only changing, business is transforming, and tech is transforming these businesses. Nobody wants to stick to books and papers and pens. We are transforming. We want fast, responsive solutions, and with that, we will be moving to technology. And right now, generative AI has not only shown that it is the trend, it's no longer just a trend. We are not looking at a world where robots will replace humans. We are just looking at a world where we will have so many products, so many generative AI apps that will make every work aspect easy. We have content creation apps. We have paper writing apps. We have ChatGPT that can literally do everything. So why are we really fighting it? As I wrap up, I'd like to challenge you guys in the project management field. Please go find the tools relevant to you as project managers. In the next few years, you should be the pioneers leading the project management space because you have that skill set. Because trust me, the guys who are leaving university right now getting a PMP certification, they are not just coming with PMP certifications. In university, they've been empowered. They already know the cheat sheets. They know how to get everything easy. So they might not steal, AI might not steal our jobs, but those guys will because they are competitive and they are really faster than you are. Yeah? Sorry, guys, for the hard truth, but it needs to be said. And with that, even me, I'll be replaced soon. I see my niece doing things faster than me, and I'm like, okay, I need to get with the program. Thank you so much, the PMI team, for giving me this opportunity. It was really a pleasure to share with you some of my insights in what I see on my in my day-to-day. I really hope my talk was helpful, and I hope it inspired you to embrace AI because it is the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fatuma. So before you leave the stage, I believe people might have questions. And I want to open the floor for any question. Because I know we are earning PDUs for those of you who registered. So let's make it.
Any question?
Yeah, I have a question, and mine regards cybersecurity. Sometimes we fear to embrace AI because we think everything will be out there and I'll not have control of things. Like there's someone else behind my computer changing things for me, doing things for me. I don't know how secure it is.
Good question. But let me respond, and this is one of the things that is causing the blocker, but to be honest, AI is not bringing the issue of insecurity. Cybersecurity has been long there before AI, right? As we are speaking in your phone, there are some features, if you've not saved, literally your talks is captured, right? Your conversation is tracked, right? And AI tools are used to decipher your talks. I'm not going to assess that Twyla is thinking about buying a mattress, but if I hear, there's a way that because of your conversation you want a mattress, then you start seeing adverts of mattresses. Have you noticed that? It's because nobody is tracking Twyla, but the phone is programmed, and machines are programmed to observe your behavior. Machines are programmed to listen to what you're saying and propose to you the things you need. One thing about me is I'll never put that privacy feature where Google should not listen to my talks. You know why? I want my life easy. I know it's not a human being. I know it's a machine. I'd like to know where I'd get the best mattress. So I'll say even, I need a good mattress. And within minutes, between Google, Facebook, Instagram, I'll get that proposal, right? But here's the thing. Companies that are investing in AI are also investing in cybersecurity. They're investing in ensuring that they keep those data private. One thing we say in the AI space is if it's not needed for your job, don't save that data. So trust me, even the AI product and tools are built with that in mind. If you don't need data, don't save it. They will not save those data. They only operate with data they need. And you obviously know, data that is important is data that drives marketing. Because in the world we are living in, marketing is everything. And most organizations conform with global security requirements. So when they are interacting with your personal information data, they have to conform. And this is normally tracked. I won't say cybersecurity is not there. It is there. We've seen companies that have been hacked. But one thing is for sure, an AI company that has invested in AI will not have their systems compromised such that some of your personal information data will be lost. And most often than not, your personal information data is not what we are looking for. It's just those trends of behaviors, it's those trends of needs and demand that are driving the market. Those are the most critical data that are looked for.
Thank you very much. So I'll only take one last question.
Thank you, Fatuma. There is this course, a free course, by the way, PMI launched recently, Generative AI Overview for Project Managers, something like that. I wonder whether you've taken it and what you can tell the people in here that haven't and should.
Thank you. Have you guys taken? It's a free course. You've taken. What have you learned from it? You've started using those tools, right? Brilliant. I encourage all of you to use that tool. You can imagine PMI has given you a free training just to show you the tools and products out there, generative AI products out there that can help project management and make your life easy. Like he said, there are recommendations of project management tools. How can we make project planning faster and easier? I've just shared a couple, but please take the course and you'll get more. To answer your question, I haven't finished the course. That's my life. In as much as I said I'm fast, I'm also overwhelmed. Yeah. But I really appreciate PMI for doing that, because right now I have seen countless of projects being deprioritized and generative products and app projects being prioritized, because that's how generative AI is fast and is the trend. So the moment you stay out of touch of this product, you will be made obsolete. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So if we have any further questions, we can reach out to Fatuma. We'll get her LinkedIn profile shared on the PMI Kenya page. If you have any more questions, she'll also still be here to the end of the night, so you can get to ask questions from her. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys, and enjoy the evening. And to the nominees, I hope you all win, all.
Thank you.
PMI should be generous to give all of you gifts.
Thank you. So, because I don't want to take too much time, I would like to call upon Jean. Even if you look at me, I have the mic for now. Jean?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tyler. You guys, you know the lady who just did the presentation, Fatma, she looks like a very young lady, but she's one of the top 45. She was in the CIO magazine, and she's one of the top 45 females who are driving digital transformation, so let's give her a clap. I think we can give her a better clap. We've just had dinner. We've just had dinner. Good. How is everybody doing? Have you all had something to eat? Hope everybody is in a good mood. Thank you for that talk, Fatma. I think that was something that can trigger, I hope has triggered some people to think about what needs to be done. Your challenge was so that we can embrace technology. Yeah? And for us as projectors, what I'd like to say is that actually for all those who are out there, we are the project managers who are going to implement the technology, so the skills are in the in-house. Okay? My name is Jean Mathenge. This is a real pleasure for me to be here as president of PMI Kenya, to welcome you all. I know Simon did that, but allow me to welcome you again. And to thank you especially for bringing, making the time to come. This is the third time that we're doing this Excellence Awards. When we started doing it, the first time we said the only way that we're going to be able to embed excellence in project management is by having this program. And the vision of PMI Kenya is to embed or to entrench project management as a national competence in Kenya. A lot of people don't understand what project management is about. They don't understand what is the value of the profession. In fact, they don't understand that project management is a profession. And the reason why we do what we do is so that we can show actually what is the value of project management. And so this program that we do here, it's a flagship event that we have every year, is about actually excellence in project management. I just wanted to say thank you very much also to some of our VIPs who've come. Our invited guests, we have Stanley Kamanguya, who has just walked in, just right on time. And we're going to allow him to eat his dinner. He's the CEO of ICTA. ICTA is an area, the reason why we have interest in that particular area is because, in fact, historically, project management has been linked with IT. But now, the future, that was the then, now project management is everywhere. But we would like to challenge the ICTA CEO that actually, as he's in his mandate, and I know he's going to talk a little bit about that, tell us what he's doing. How can we embed project managers in the city sector in Kenya? We also want to welcome Dr. Engineer John Mativo. He is and maybe I can ask you to stand up, Dr. Engineer. He's the CEO of Ketraco. Please give him a hand. We'll give Stanley a hand when he's doing his speech. Dr. Mativo is the CEO of Ketraco. Those who don't know who Ketraco is a Kenya electricity transmission company, and they do a lot of projects in the energy sector. We are interested in a relationship with Engineer Mativo. This is why we have invited him, so that we can see how can you allow us to work with you and improve actually some of the challenges that we can see in the energy sector and in the energy projects. Next, we also have Susan Masila. Susan, if you don't mind standing up so that everybody can see you. She's the Director, Global Development and Government Relations, Special Olympics Africa Region. Please give her a hand. She's going to come and tell us a little bit about what she does in Special Olympics. But Susan is also another partner that we're working with. We are looking forward to creating partnerships with Special Olympics. And we also have Moses Omondi. He is a council member with KISM, and if you don't know who KISM is, it's Kenya Institute of Supplies Management. Please give him a hand. He's representing the chair, John Karani. And we are actively trying to also get into partnership with the supply chain management, and that's because we believe that when we link, we cannot delink supply chain also and project management. It is just like governance and project management go together. So we will ask him just to make a few comments so that you can also understand what KSM is. Finally, and not to forget, last but not least, we also have Brian Wesala. Somebody mentioned that one of the highlights of, he's standing right here, of the PMI conference was the talk about sports. Most people do not link sports. Where does sports come in, or where does project management come in sports? Yeah. So those of you who did not listen, who did not attend the conference, project management and sports is linked. We are the ones who are implementing the stadiums. We're the ones who are implementing the infrastructure. We are training the youth. We're giving them employable skills as youth so that they can do more and enhance their employability even as youth playing sports. So thanks so much, Brian, for coming. Karibuni sana. And let me just also say a warm welcome to Anchege, who is also an important guest. I just wanted to say a few words before I invite the guests to come and say something. When we started the Project Management Awards, we wanted to honor and recognize individuals and organizations that embody excellence. How do we know whether you embody excellence? What does that mean? When we're looking at some of the activities that organizations and individuals are doing, do they have the knowledge? A lot of people are very good at passing exams. So you would have the certification, but are you able to apply that certification and that knowledge, those skills, are you able to apply them so that the people who are supposed to feel the benefit of the certification or the benefit of the project get that delivery, or they get that benefit? So we're looking at the quality, at your knowledge, we're looking at the knowledge, how have you applied it? Are you a role model in terms of execution? Are you delivering projects to the, as project managers, we are judged by what we implement. If the project does not end, it is as good as a failure, and you're also going to be rated accordingly. So it is very important for us because projects are results-oriented. They're results-oriented. And now they're not just output-oriented. We're looking at outcomes and benefits. And so we're looking to see that project that you implemented, does it have, what were the outcomes? What were the some of the sustainability benefits that you implemented? Okay? What were the governance aspects of your project? Were you able to apply some of the project fundamentals as you're doing the implementation? And the reason why we are focused on this, why it is important for us to do this, is because if we continue to excel in project management, if we continue to do better, not just saying that we're project managers, but actually saying and doing what we're doing, saying and doing what we, practicing what we know, then we're going to make our profession a profession of purpose. So that we're not just working for the sake of it, and we're also being able to show what the value of project management is. And that way, we're going to be able to elevate the value of the profession of project management. And so in PMI Kenya, we have been striving to seize the moment, because the theme of this is seizing the moment, the here and now of project management. And for us, the here and now in PMI Kenya is actually to seize this moment, to see how we can elevate project management, to see how we can get more people in project management. And for the nominees, all the nominees who have participated, we saw a lot of that passion about implementing projects with purpose. Implementing projects with purpose means that, it's not just the technicalities of aligning with strategy or making sure that that you have got a risk log. That's for the project manager. That's what we are trained to do. That we're going to have a risk log, we're going to have an issue log, we're going to do all the decision making and all the governance of it. But if we're able to deliver what we're supposed to deliver, that is where the impact comes. That is where the sustainable purposefulness of our profession is. If we're able to do that, then we're going to be, nobody is going to be asking us about the value of project management. It's going to be seen in the work that we do. It's my honor tonight to highlight some of our achievements. As I end my term as president, this is going to be my final event. It has been a really outstanding time as I've been in PMI Kenya. I'm not going to start crying, but if you see tears, just support. Just support. We have, I told you our vision was to entrench project management as a profession in Kenya. We've done that through 3 goals. One is to empower our members, and we've empowered our members through skills, educational forums, webinars. What you saw at PMI Africa Regional Conference in September was a prime example of some of the impact that we've had in Kenya, because I know there were so many of us who are from the country who attended it. And it actually just proved, or it showed, how much people have embraced project management. And for us in PMI Kenya, we've done that through trying to increase our credentialed members. From the time that we started in 2021 to now, we've increased our credentialed members from 30% to 44%. In terms of numbers, and that's good, that is actually a good, something, you can clap, it's okay. What does that mean? What is that? 44% of credentialed members. It just means that there are more people who are recognizing the value of getting the certification, understanding what it means, and it means that you can demonstrate that you're able to demonstrate the knowledge, and that you're a practitioner in project management that can deliver a project. That's what PMP is for. It's about in the shortest definition possible. We've impacted knowledge to more than 1,500 of our members. And just in case you're probably asking, what is the population of, or what is the membership of PMI Kenya? PMI Kenya, we started in 2021 when I came in as president. We were about 387. Today, we are 1,100 members. And that, in fact, that is just a reflection not only of the work that has happened in PMI Kenya, but it is also a reflection of how people are beginning to understand what we're doing and how important it is to get that credential. So we have had big growth. We have managed to, we have done that growth, or we have achieved that growth through a lot of collaborations, a lot of partnerships, because we know that even if people don't know about us, they probably will know about KETRACO. They'll know about KISM. They know about ICTA. They know about FFA. So if and they know a lot about the universities. So if we partner with them, then we're going to be able to send our message. As a result of that, we have entered into almost five MOUs with universities. It has been a big program for us, a big outreach program. And the reason why we wanted to do, why we are engaging with universities, Kenyatta University, University of Nairobi, which is the biggest university in which is offering project management. There's SECU, which is Southeastern Kenya University. We've got Catholic University of East Africa, Technical University of Kenya, a lot of universities that are actually coming on board working with us. And that's one of the ways that we're being able to entrench project management through education. And the graduates that are going to be coming out of education, they're going to graduate well equipped and understanding the proper project management, let me say. Because a lot of what is in the curricula right now is probably there's a big divergence in what we know as fundamentals of project management and what is being taught. So if we help them, if we have these MOUs at the university, and we've already got one university that actually asked us to help them do the curricular review so that they can amend their curricula and have it more tailored to what we know as project management in PMI. So we're here to make an impact. The other way that we're also making an impact is through promoting project management. That is our second pillar. The way that we've been doing the promotions is through events like this. We also have a lot of, you'll find us doing on platforms like Big Five. We have the PDD, which is another flagship program where we are doing a lot of promotions and getting people to come in, understand and train and see what project management is about. This year alone, and thanks to a lot of the dockets, especially the education docket, we have had more than 4. In fact, for you, if you've been following, we do almost 4 or 5 events per month. And are you being able to keep up? Are we giving you enough events? Should we just increase the events so that now you don't have anything else? All you're doing is just learning. Because what we're doing is that we give you webinars. We give you career talks. We have even tapped into the global chapter exchange, which has got 27 other chapters. So that we're not just talking about project management in Kenya. We are trying to listen to what's happening out there so that we understand what is happening out there. And then also going to forums and summits and conferences. Our achievements have been highlighted also in terms of some of the awards that we have received. Since we started, actually we have been recipient. We are one of the chapters in Africa that is the most rewarded. Every year we have been nominated for Chapter of the Year, and that means that we are competing not just at the regional level, but we are competing also at the global level. Last year, in fact, just this year, we just come from the summit in Atlanta. We were finalists of the Chapter of the Year. We were one of the top, I think, in our category, we were 3. We were only 2 Africa chapters, Kenya being one of them. And so thank you. And this is just to recognize a lot of the work that has been happening. At the regional conference, we won 2 awards. We were the only chapter that actually won 2 awards. We won one for growth, and we won the other one for social impact. So there's a lot of good things that have been happening in PMI. And I think that we can also attest even to the number of volunteers who are here, who have become, or the excitement that has come in, that we've got so many volunteers now. We have moved to about 10% of our membership are volunteering. And what is volunteering? Volunteering is where actually we're coming in, you get a chance to up your leadership, you get a chance to network with other people who are speaking in the same language in project management. If there is also one other area that I would just like to highlight in terms of our communication channels, You must know that we have Facebook, we are on Twitter. You know, I was told the other day, I said the YouTube. I didn't know that it was just called YouTube. It's not the YouTube. And then there's also, I think we have Instagram. You know, we are not the millennials that Fatma was talking about. We are baby boomers, and we are trying. You know, we are trying to get with it. But we have had such an extraordinary growth on our communication channels. We have people who are following us, and if you look at some of our numbers, and I'm just going to say that maybe we shall issue auto reports so you can just see how well we've been doing. But if you look at the YouTube, we have made quite a growth of, in fact, we grew by 500%. On LinkedIn, we grew by 400%. If you look at Facebook and our Twitter and Instagram, actually we're growing the same numbers. And so this is also a good way and we've got WhatsApp groups which have more than 800 people on our channels, and we're talking to people all the time. If you're thinking about how you can become a PMP, for instance, a certification, we have 24-hour study groups that are on WhatsApp with the trainers like Ron Kefa with PickPoint and InfoLaunch and a lot of other ATPs who are helping us actually to get people certified. In terms of entrenchment, and you just allow me to talk about entrenchment, when we talk about entrenching project management, one of the key initiatives that we started was to see how we can draft, or we did a draft that is going to help us legislate project management. Why? We said that in the beginning, one of the challenges that we have encountered is people don't know what project management is. And so everybody just professes to be a project manager, or they profess to be a professional project manager, but they don't have the requisite skills for that. How do we, so just like there are quacks in the medical profession, we have quacks in project management. And what that has done is actually to just tear down the reputation of project management. How can we protect the profession? And so what we did in April this year, we got a sponsor for the bill because we intended to put in a bill, and we drafted a bill so that we could see how we could get regulated, so that the profession of project management can be regulated, so that when we are saying that you're a project manager, actually the title of project manager is also going to be protected. Don't just call yourself a project manager if you don't have the requisite skills. What are the requisite skills? If we are regulated, that means that we are going to be able to work with the education regulator so that they can help us to standardize that education. So that by the time you come out and by the time you're graduating, by the time you say that you're a professional project manager, it is just like how they would say that you're a lawyer. You understand that they've gone through the training and they know what they're doing. I hope that sounds exciting for you, because I think that is the future of project management. Yeah? And so what we are asking our partners is that you can help us, walk with us in that journey so that we can get that legislation. And it will benefit it has a benefit to the public, because when we are seeing some of the projects that are collapsing, projects that are not being delivered, wasted money that from the taxpayers' money, it's because projects are not being well delivered. And who feels the loss? It is us as citizens. We feel the loss because what was intended to be delivered, whether it was a road, whether it was medicine, whether it was a school, whether it was a clinic, we never got it because somebody messed up. Yeah? And our job as project managers is to make sure that we stop messing up and that we deliver. The projects that you're going to see today that have won the awards for Project of the Year, Project Manager of the Year, they demonstrated that actually for them, they had such a focus, and they applied the fundamentals and made sure that at the end of the day, even as they were thinking about what is it that the end user or the beneficiary is going to benefit, they did it in a way that had some finesse. There was some brilliance in the way that they did the deliveries. The only thing I would like to add now is in terms of the social good. One of the areas that, and let me just ask Collins, where are you, Collins? Collins, are you here? There you go. Please give him a clap, because I'm going to tell you why Collins is our Director for Social Good, and he's the soft side of the technical side that we are. Yeah. So we go in. When we are project managers, We go in with so much leadership authority. You know, we are leading projects. Yes? Collins is our soft side. Yeah? He's that side of social good. And because of his efforts, and especially the efforts that he's done these past 3 years, and even just this year alone, we have, what he does is that he goes and he trains. We have trained more than 2,600 youth. We go, we plant trees. We have planted more than 1,500 trees. He has impacted the youth and other beneficiaries, almost 12,000 beneficiaries. You have to give him a clap for that. That the kind of work that he's doing, where he's working with junior achievers, that he's working with Ajira, he's working with Rotary, YMCA, the women of Kibera. In fact, during the PMI conference, the bags and most of the merchandise that we had was from Kibera women. And that was part of our social impact. So we were able to give them, not to help them from an economic perspective, but we also just impacted them from an SDG perspective. And actually, PMI Kenya, out of 70, how many of you know that there are 17 SDGs? Yeah? Okay, a few hands. Out of 17 SDGs, we have impacted 10. Yeah? So in one way or another, everything that we are doing, you can give a clap to. It's a good thing. And now everybody is talking about SDGs. So out of that, so there's a lot of good things that have come out of it, and we've got 10 out of 17 SDGs that we have impacted. So just to cut my story short, because I'm going to call the guests just to come and give us a small message from the organizations. For me, I would like to ask that the future of project management with our partners is for you to actually come and walk with us so that we can continue to build and continue to elevate the professional project management. So that you can appreciate what the discipline of project management is in each of your different categories, in each of your different domains, in your industries and in your sectors. Allow us to come in as advisory so that we can help you run projects. Yes, we have the expertise. We can talk to you about how some of those projects can be run. In fact, one of the biggest things that benefits for you is that the people who are here are all professional project managers. You can pick Stanley, Ikta, come and pick any of the people who are here. Engineer, we have got project managers who are here for Ketraco. KISM, we're here so that we can be able to train your people. We have skilled project managers right here. Instead of bringing them from outside of the country, please utilize the project managers who are here. Champion with us is in the government so that we can legislate project management. I know that if we are able to stand with you, you're all regulated, you're all part of government. Some of your state organizations, if you're able to sit with us, help us to get the legislation through. And also realize that the project management profession is a solution. It is a solution. When you're trying to do your implementations, we are the guys that you're going to reach out for. It doesn't have to be in IT. It can be in development. We've just heard about the PMI CP. There are other areas where we can actually be embedded, and we can do that easily, and this is why this chapter is here. We're a chapter, we are Kenyans who are professionals in project management. And with those many words, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that this has been an honor. It has been a real honor. For me, to be your president. I know as you get into new elections that you are going to bring in somebody else who can be able to carry on and keep that momentum burning so that people can continue to hear about project managers. Yeah, I know that we are special breed. We are the unsung heroes of delivery. Okay? Very good. So now, with your permission, I'd like to ask Susan Masila, if you would just come, say a few words to this team. I know we're running a little long, so I'm only going to give you about 5 minutes just so you can tell us what you do as director in the Special Olympics, so that people can kind of know what the organization is.
Thank you, Jean. Good evening. How are you? Have we eaten? Okay. Okay, some energy, please. So I'll just take a few minutes to speak about Special Olympics. As Jean said, my name is Susan Masila. I work with Special Olympics. Special Olympics is a global organization that serves persons with intellectual disabilities through sports. So we use sports as a tool for social change to advocate for the inclusion of persons with intellectual disabilities in the society. So intellectual disabilities is the disability that affects the cognitive functioning of the brain. If you went to school with some people who, for example, kept on repeating the class, or who seemed not to get something when the teacher is teaching, that's a sign of intellectual disabilities, and we have them in our homes, we have them in our communities. The World Health Organization estimates that 3% of any population has intellectual disabilities. So we have interact globally. At Special Olympics International, we have a partnership with PMI, and we use actually project management in our day-to-day work. I currently am working for Special Olympics Africa, but for the last few months I've also been acting as the CEO for Special Olympics Kenya. They are in between CEOs because I started from Kenya before I went to Africa. So it's easy for me to go back to where I started. And in Africa, I'm actually the project management, planning and project management officer. So I interact with these tools every day because our work at the end of the day is about impact. And without proper project management, sometimes we may not even know how to measure the impact. We may be doing a lot, but we may not see what we are doing. That's why we've integrated project management in our operations, both internationally and locally. And now with the PMI Kenya chapter, we want to extend this not only to the staff, but also to the individuals we serve. We have an Athlete Leadership Council. We want to build the capacity of those young people with intellectual disabilities because we are training them to be self-advocates. And as self-advocates, they're also working with projects. And actually right now, they're also getting some fundings to implement projects. And we want to build their capacity so that they can be able to implement quality and impactful projects. So I'm very glad to be here, and I'm looking forward to the partnership and the collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Susan. Please allow me to call Moses. Moses, would you come up, please? Moses, I said, is from Kenya Institute of Supplies Management. He's representing the chair, John Karani. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Jean, and good evening, PMI experts and enthusiasts. How are you? Yeah, my name is Moses Omondi, and I'm a council member at the Kenya Institute of Supplies Management. I think we've been given 5 minutes, so I'll try to manage that as well. We were challenged by Fatuma that those who carry their laptops, possibly there's something that's not correct. So we'll try to give what KSM is and brief, and I'll look at it from 4 parts. One is a supply chain governance aspect of, basically the governance aspects of supply chain in the country. This one, I'll give us a history of KISM status and very quickly areas where we can collaborate with PMI. So in terms of, and I've heard Jean talking about legislation, in terms of supply chain governance in the country, we have the National Treasury and the Parliament as the policy owners of supply chain issues in the country. They process the law, and National Treasury is the parent ministry for us. KSM is a quasi-public organization, and I'll explain that. Then we have regulators, and there are 4 regulators in the country who regulate supply chain practice. One is a PPRA, Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. Then we have KISEB, which is our sister organization which we created the last 3 years. KISEB is a Kenya Institute of Supplies Examination Board. It's a board, independent board with its management, and they're running examinations. Our exams are called CPSPK, Certified Procurement Professional of Kenya. It's the equivalent of CPA. And we basically have localized our trainings. Previously, a lot of us did CIPS, UK-based, but we developed our content and our curriculum approved by KNQA, as well as recognized by International Federation for Supply Chain Management. So we have a program that is localized and as well as very good for our learners to engage in, and we examine and certify. So that's the other angle of the regulator. PPRA looks at the process and the law, then KISM regulates the practitioner. And so this is how we link in. KISM, apart from PPRA, there's also PPR, Public Procurement Review Board, that reviews all complaints that arise from the practice of supply chain in the country. So KISM is a regulator for both public, private, and NGO, third sector practitioners. So we have an enabling law, it's called the Supplies Practitioners Management Act 2007, that requires that everyone who practices supply chain in the country is actually licensed to practice. So without that, then you're not able to practice. Of course, we have quacks who have infiltrated, but over the last 3 or 4 years, we've been very, very strong in trying to grow the profession and drive compliance in terms of membership. From 2007, the enactment of the law, we had about 13 years of dormancy, but there were still activities that were taking place. We had an interim council that focused on a very important project. They put for us a building where we are. If you're passing on Gong Road, you'll be able to see KISM Towers. It's a 17-story facility. And we have space. If you need space as project managers or as PMI, you can still come in there. So KISM as a regulator has grown in the last 3 years with a membership of about 2,000. Now we are 8,000 active members. We have developed our CPD programs. I think your equivalent is a PDU, if I'm not wrong, 60. I was trying to look at your details. And importantly, we've also developed a college. So we have the Kenya College of Supply Chain Management, all housed in the same location, together with PPRA, PPRB, and KISM. Basically, we have a center of supply chain excellence within that building. Everything you need to do about supply chain is actually there. So that's a brief about us. We are trying to drive compliance, working with the head of public sector, particularly on the public side. They've given circulars to the effect that you cannot practice without being licensed by the institute. So that is very helpful, and that's the importance of the enabling regulations, which we can handhold you and tell you how we did ours. And currently we're actually reviewing our bill from 2007. We have a SCMP 2021 bill in Parliament through private sponsorship, and we're able to work together to get that. Legislation is very important because then it separates the good and the bad in that sense. So that's a brief. Areas of collaboration, I think particularly training. If you look at project management, there are several components which are cross-cutting, both in supply chain and project management. I think the planning aspects, the budgetary involvement is important. But when we come to procurement and vendor management, it's an area of interest for you, but that's our forte in that sense. We have inventory management, logistics, and transportation. All those things you rely on our practitioner to support you in order to deliver your project. Of course, the schedule is also very important for you. So those are areas we can have cross-training. In other words, your consultants and trainers can come and train our members on the product management side, as well as when you have your functions and forums, we can bring out the supply chain aspects to you, and this we can agree. We are currently working on an MOU. We believe it to be fruitful. Technical skill sharing as well is an area that we can do, and I think really because of time I can see Jean standing. Those are the areas, but we'll continue to discuss more and see how we can work together to also see you grow to a profession of repute. And to those successful, outstanding performers for project management, wish you success. As you're awarded, keep shining. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Moses. Yes, we do have an MOU in the works with KSM. May I ask Engineer Mativo, please, if you would come and just give your message. He's the CEO of Ketraco. Thank you for being here.
Jean, thank you. I guess 5 minutes? Okay. I'll try to keep it short. It's quite difficult to mention everything I wanted to say, but I'll be extremely brief. I'm the CEO and MD of our company called Kenya Electricity Transmission Company. I'm sure all of you are familiar with Kenya Power because that's why you pay your bill. And most of you, because KenGen has been there for many years, so you're also familiar with KenGen. Then there's always the debate that has been going on, at least for the last 1.5 years, on IPPs who are independent power producers, so those are generators. So Ketraco stands somewhere in between generation and transmission, and distribution. So we are the ones who ensure that high voltage power comes from the generation across the country to where you're going to be consuming the power. Tomorrow we are going to be exactly 15 years old, so we're still in our teens compared to our sister companies. Kenya Power is more than 100 years. We are fairly young in the sector, but we have tried over time to hold our own. Today we are talking about projects. Just to show you the volume of work we have done in those years. When Ketraco was formed, maybe just a small history. For those ones who were there, in the 90s, Kenya used to go through a lot of outages because of load shedding, because there was not adequate generation. So that's how the IPPs came on board to bridge the gap. But within 10 years, around 2006-07, the government realized, yes, you're having generators coming on board, you have distribution, focus in terms of rural electrification, but there's a gap in between, and that's how they decided to form Ketraco. At high voltage level, when we came on board, the country had 3,400 kilometers of lines. By end of this financial year, Ketraco will have added 6,800 to the lines to bring it to more than 1,000 kilometers, so we'll have more than doubled the network that was there. It's very clear that for any form of development in any country, there's importance to have reliable power, to have adequate power, stable power, and definitely cost at the best affordable cost. So we work our way to try to get more and more stable power. So, and the good thing is that if we connect a town or a load center using a high voltage line, it gets stable because our network operates at more than 99.95% availability. So we are really available. Unfortunately, when something goes wrong, the whole country comes down. That's it. But that takes long, but that's a long story I can give for another day. So our asset base, because again tied up to projects, I think we are close to, by the end of this financial, will be close to 300 billion Kenyan shillings. So that's ongoing. Have projects worth, now I have to start thinking about dollars because the Kenyan shillings keep on changing. But I have projects going on close to, that are about to start close to 250 million US dollars, just about to go tender supply chain this financial year. And I have, for those ones who also in this both space of project management and also PPP, I have a portfolio of projects worth $1.1 billion that I'm rolling out for PPP. So that's what we're doing. So there's a lot that is happening. And the bottom line is that there's need for the projects to be run in a very functional and a very organized way. That's why project management is key. And it's key for people to have the skill sets that are needed to run those kind of projects. The projects I run, when they get finished on time, bring good benefit of power to many people. So, because the first thing it removes is the outages. My lines can move anything like 200, 300 to 1,000 plus megawatts of power. Kenya Power lines can only deliver maybe 20, 30 maximum. So it completely changes a town or a load center when a line comes on board. So there's benefits. One of the lines we are about to start this year And we'll talk more about partnership. I'll finish with that. But it's a line from Narok Bomet. I just want to pick one example. If I was to finish this line on time, this line will have the potential to remove the most expensive generation plant in the country, which is Moroni gas turbine, which costs around 50 shillings, 50 to 60 shillings per kilowatt. So it's a very expensive plant. So if through some mechanism, again tied up to project management, I can get this project finished on time. Those days, if you remember electricity bill, when it used to be broken down in many things, there was a line called fuel levy. I don't know if you remember it. So this one line has the potential of removing 25% of that cost for everybody sitting in this room, but across the country. So this is the impact of these projects that we do. The other 70% I need to finish is Marekani substation. Now, cost, time, and the rest has always been a challenge for various reasons. I'll go into that later. Today I will not be able to say everything. But what I'm trying to say is that I run projects that, if done well within scope, time, and cost and everything else, have an extremely big impact on individuals and the nation at large. The last supplementary budget, the government was very clear. So it was announced by head of state. Everybody's budget came down. I think I'm the only institution my budget went up. So my budget, because there's clear need to invest in electricity that reduces losses and ensures there's reliable power that comes on board. There's a lot that is happening. That's what I'm trying to say, and a lot that will bring good impact to everybody. And that's why we decided we form a partnership. We start there in terms of how to get my team being part of your team, even myself maybe with time. Jean has gone somewhere, I don't know. So just to be part of the whole family, I think we'll work on that one. I'm a firm believer of certification of what you do. So I'm a PPP certified professional. I get my people, I tell them, if project management is your life, please get certified. I tell my people, if you are thinking of planning, get certified. Then I tell even my system operators, if that is your life, please get certified in that area. I believe in terms of being able to use academic skill and using the professional skill that has a structured way of making you a professional, structured way, please join that. So that's my belief, and I believe that with Jean and the rest of the team that is coming on board, we'll find a way to partner. I'm very active in the Engineers Board of Kenya and Institute of Engineers of Kenya. Maybe we need to have a sit-in so that we don't see you as rivals or people come into our space. I think it's important that we have mutual understanding of extremely what everybody does and how we can partner. Because I keep on telling my staff, we have so much work that no one can finish it. And one of the key things I picked, because I've worked in other sectors, whether it's roads, buildings, etc. Then I came to transmission, and I also posted that in my Twitter account yesterday. A transmission line, even if I have the best engineers in the country, there's electrical and civil, etc., but without bringing the social safeguard experts, environmental experts, you have these values, you have a big team of players. So my project team has this like almost 15 different professionals. I always needed to manage the project, and this ones require somebody to go beyond the skill sets of maybe being a good engineer, but being a good project manager in terms of how you bring processes and people together to deliver products. So I believe, to me, this is a beginning of the whole process. Jean, I'll not be able to finish here, but I believe with the new team, I'll introduce them in good time, and we see how to work. Oh, let me say one thing as I finish. Public Service Commission has allowed us to work on our HR instruments, and one of the key things I'm doing is to get a professional for the first time of project managers within my organization. So I'll be working on that. Maybe I'll come for ideas so that everyone does their work, but how just allow people to grow, people who have a passion for project management and do not have really a passion of becoming somebody who can design the biggest tower, but allow them to grow and see how they can work together. But it's something that we'll partner. We will get a chance to discuss, especially after we finish this Christmas holidays. Then we build on that. So, Jean, thank you so much. I'll have to stop there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Engineer. Are you hearing jobs? Are you seeing jobs and openings for us? Yes? Awesome. Brian, will you just take 2 minutes because I know Stanley has got a place that he has to go. Are you going to be with us, Mr. Kamangoya? Yes? Come on, then you just say. In fact, I'll stand here with you so that we can keep time. But I just wanted to introduce this young man. He's Brian Wesala. I think most of you met him during the regional conference. He is the CEO and founder of Football Foundation for Africa.
Thank you very much, Jean, for the welcome, and thank you to all the PMI members here today. I'll, be very, very, very brief. I'll just ask one question. How many people in the room work in the sports industry? Hands. Only 2 people. Out of how many people do you have in the room? Probably more than 150. So that's the potential I'm trying to put out there. We do not have enough project management professionals in the sports industry. It was a pleasure to meet my good friend now, Susan Musila here. I'm sure we're going to be working together soon on something. But just for a bit of background, I started to appreciate project management from my previous career as an IT administrator. And then when I was shifting to football, as a profession, I used to play. I no longer play, at least not at a competitive level. I saw it as something that was really missing in the industry. As much as in football or in sports, we are all about goals. When it comes to the development side of the sport, the business side, the economic side of it, we do not have the same. So we do not have real KPIs by which we can measure, for example, the growth of the industry. We do not have any meaningful data, especially in Africa, when it comes to the development of the sports industry. So I set up the Football Foundation for Africa in 2018 to address this in the football space specifically, because that is what I am passionate about. But I believe a lot of what I do can apply across board, in all sports. And one of the organizations I reached out to immediately was PMI, for them initially to support especially players with project management as a life skill. But as we continued, we realized there was even a lot more. And she's not here today, but we have been working with Janet since, Janet Mbula. She's one of the volunteers since 2019. And now we are with Collins Ayodo. I'll be rooting for him to win today because of the excellent work that he has been doing for the FFA. And Janet has now progressed, and she is the head of projects within FFA, just showing again the kind of links or partnerships we need to develop. So I don't want to take a lot of time, but just as a hint, there's a mega project coming up in this country. Who knows what this project is? What is PMI Kenya doing to be part of this? That's a challenge to the room. Thank you.
I like that. You know, the first time, give a clap to Brian. You know, the first time I met him, he asked us to Google how much of, what is the worth of sports. And when we Googled it for the world, you could see the figures. And when you Googled for Africa, there was nothing. We could not get anything. And he really has a very good story to tell. I mean, this is the reason why he's got a big vision. And so thanks for that, Brian. We're happy to partner with you guys and to work with you on that project management. So finally, and it is my great honor to ask Stanley Kamangoya. He's the Chief Executive Officer for ICTA, Information and Communication Technology Authority. So please come. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I know that you had conflicting schedules today, but you said you were going to come. And incidentally, he and Engineer Mativo were supposed to come for the regional conference today. I was calling favors all this month, and they agreed. And so please give them a hand, including Stanley. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jean. I thought you were going to confess that I was almost under duress to show up. But I really want to thank you for the good work that you're doing. If the kind of sumptuous meal I've enjoyed here is what I missed during the conference, then you can count me in on the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. One thing I like about such gathering is I don't have to go through a long list of protocols. But because some of my friends are here and they might go and report me, let me first appreciate all the speakers who've spoken before me and say that for me it's a really great pleasure to join this gathering here today. Even as we celebrate the awards, the Excellence Awards for Project Management. Maybe before I go into some remarks, because I think Jane has already set us up to list the vacancies, so to speak, in our institutions. I like to summarize the work of the ICT Authority in three main areas. Number one is that our work involves powering an intelligent government for service delivery. And that involves a number of things. I think you've seen the initiatives that we have undertaken on onboarding of government services and harmonization of the payment platforms for government. We also have a number of other initiatives, mostly in form of projects in that area of driving towards an intelligent government. The other area is on empowering our citizens through providing connectivity. Our friends in the power sector have achieved commendable progress. I think so far they have connected, an engineer, you can correct me, almost now approaching 10 million households in power. Well, for us in the technology space, we are still just below 1 million households connected. I know that most of us who live in Nairobi and other cities enjoy quite good connectivity, but we still have very remote areas in part of our country where even 3G and 4G networks is a challenge. So we have a huge responsibility to connect our citizens and to empower them through skilling, which maybe is an area that we will look into collaboration. The third area is we strive to enable a thriving ICT sector, but also facilitate all other sectors of the economy. Again, there we have a number of interventions that we have identified. So in all those, we have a lot of projects. When we talk about connectivity, we're doing a lot of work in laying of fiber infrastructure. You've also seen the installation of public Wi-Fi's, which to Nairobi people, by the way, you know, we have gone into some areas in this country and we never imagined how excited people would be to have free access to public Wi-Fi. I know those of us who are working in nice offices, it is a basic need. Yeah, but to some of the other colleagues in other far-flung regions, it's really a big deal, so to speak. And therefore, when you look at all those areas, we are doing a lot of projects in enabling government through digitization. We have programs for automation of government records. The last audit that was done about 5 or so years ago, there were about 5 billion records which needs to be automated. And we are asking, how do we do this process of bringing all these documents to a digital platform which are spread across over 400 government agencies, ministries, and departments? So those are some of the things that, that we are doing. And this calls for a lot of collaboration with the rest of the industry. But maybe as I go towards my remarks, when I got the invitation to come and be with you here today, I was very careful to look at the theme of the, this award ceremony. And, you know, I read it and said, seizing the moment, the now and future of innovation in project management. And I said, wow, what a theme. Because this theme resonates so deeply with me. First, because of my passion for the youth. Because just as the theme says, our youth are our now and our future. And I think we all agree that we are now no longer talking about the youth are the leaders of, isn't it? You don't agree. Is it because you're not young? Or because you're very young and I'm saying that, well, I'm very old? The second reason why this theme really resonated with me is the recognition of the place of innovation, specifically in this technological revolution that we are in, the so-called fourth industrial revolution. And, you know, for me, and as project managers, is to ask ourselves, what does innovation mean for project managers across all the sectors? It is about how innovation can empower us to address some of our long-standing challenges and also seize new opportunities in whatever sectors that we work in. And therefore, I appreciate the PMI Kenya for this gathering, because I believe it brings together a gathering of minds and talents united by a common purpose of pursuit of excellence in project management and advancement of excellence and development in our country. And I sincerely want to thank the PMI Kenya for organizing this award. Project management in its very essence is actually a creation, because project management embodies the art of transforming visions into reality. The visionaries will have a vision, but they probably don't know how to deliver that vision. And they rely on us as project managers to do that, to bring together resources, the knowledge and the skills that is required to navigate these complex projects. And when we take a look at the journey that we are taking as a country, we have embarked on a very aggressive, ambitious, but I must confirm realistic transformation journey for our country. We as government believe that effective project management will be an imperative rather than a choice, because it is the compass that is going to guide us even as we build the infrastructure, the services, and drive innovations to transform the lives of our citizens. Many of us here have worked in institutions where projects have failed. I know it is only government projects that appear in the media. Sindio? We never hear about the projects that fail in different organizations, those that have cost overruns, those that take many years to be delivered, but we know it's a reality. I mean, it is the case also for government. And I think we have learned a lot of lessons from the past when we are delivering these projects, whether it is in government or it is in our respective institutions. And we have learned that these challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities to refine our strategies going forward. We shall continue to use these lessons and learn from each other so that then we can reach new heights of excellence. You're already aware that our government has identified 5 critical interventions that are geared towards opening up the next frontier of growth for our economy. You know, agriculture, medium and small enterprises, healthcare, lands and settlement, and of course the digital superhighway. Ultimately, all this will only be delivered through effective project management. Not only in government, but across. Because is there any agriculture that can be done by government alone? Is there any? What about housing? Oh, let me not talk about housing because I know that. What about the issues we are dealing with our small and micro, medium enterprises of funding and so on and so forth? So if you look at each of these areas, ultimately, this will translate into programs, it will translate into projects. And therefore, it is upon us to deliberately focus on putting project management professionals where they ought to be. We must therefore be at the forefront in reshaping the mindsets and organization culture in our own institutions towards project management. And I know most of you, I have been a project manager myself. And you're only the guy who bothers people with where is this, what is this, why not this? And I think we have to take a deliberate shift and demonstrate proper value to business, to our colleagues, and have a total mind shift of what project management, proper project management or effective project management means for the success of our organizations. In addition, the future of work is all centered around technology. And I think we have seen it with our younger generations. They ask, if we can do the meeting online, why do you want me to show up? If I can do this thing from wherever I am, why am I coming to clock in? Now, that's one bit. The second bit of it is that more and more people are going into self-employment through online work. And we are shifting slowly from the simple issues of data entry and doing content for universities somewhere to more professional jobs. For us, we have been training our TVET institutions on online jobs, on AI and robotics and, training AI models. And it's interesting how young people who've just joined universities TVETs are able to catch up and move. So we all agree that the future of work will be centered around this. And this is why also we are very deliberate to lay out the infrastructure. So then what does this mean for project managers? It means that we must therefore harness these technological disruptions and embrace emerging technologies. And I think this is the discussion that I found going on, which was very interesting. I didn't manage to count the number of hands that were up when she was talking about the people who have undergone training on some of these technologies. But really, we do not have a choice. We have to learn how to utilize these emerging technologies, not only to do the day-to-day work of project management, but also to draw insights from the data that is available through these technologies. We are now talking about IoT and so on, to be able to stay ahead of the businesses that we support from insights, and so that we can also play a better advisory role. So as we do that, it then means we must also reskill and upskill our project managers. And I think this is what also Jean was speaking to. And for us, we have embarked, as the ICT Authority, we have embarked on a very ambitious program that is focusing to train 20 million people on digital skills, starting from the very basic foundation to very advanced. And you can log in into our online academy. It's called smartacademy.go.ke. We have collaborated actually with some of the partners who provide PMP certification in the country. And what we are doing is first to have them subsidize, but also increase the reach. So we have partnered with 50 institutions across the country, mostly public universities, private universities, TVETs, and a number of other private sector training institutions, for them to be able to deliver this project. Because we believe we must prepare not only project managers, but the entire population for us to take full advantage of the digital revolution. Indeed, we in the ICT sector are privileged. First, because as the President said, project management has been largely an ICT associated profession. In fact, you couldn't differentiate. I think like in the constructions and other sectors, the engineers used to do everything. There was no differentiation between engineers and project managers. But at least in ICT, you could have ICT project managers to manage ICT project. And therefore, we believe there are a number of lessons that we can be able to share with all the other sectors. But even more importantly, we are also privileged because of what I mentioned before, that the government has already identified as a key pillar in the transformation agenda. Because we are both an enabler, but also a critical success factor for the other sectors. So, from the ICT Authority, our commitment is to collaborate with the other agencies in government, with other bodies, including some of the bodies which have competing interests with PMI, collaborate with PMI on the area of skilling the project managers with relevant digital skills and integration of new digital skills in the project management profession, but also enhance or streamline further the project management professional through policy and legislation. And I'm happy of the work that has already begun. We want to commit or provide our highest commitment to that process, because it is our belief that proper, excellent project management will be at the core of our transformation agenda. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I want to remind us that even as we discuss strategies, projects, and how to deliver them, we must remember that our efforts are ultimately aimed at transforming the lives of our citizens in whatever sector that we are in. And therefore, I urge us to seize the moment, explore the boundless possibilities of project management and innovation, and remember that together we can shape the country that we want. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Stanley. Really appreciate that. And there's so many good things. I'm excited about the opportunities that are going to be there. We know that there are many projects that ICTA is running. We have got the project managers here. A lot of projects that Ketraco is running. We are all here, so we are ready. And this is going to be the future of project management. Before I hand over back to Dominic and Toila, so they can take us to the segment that everybody has been waiting for. I just wanted to call up the board members for PMI so that you can see the people who are behind a lot of what has been happening in the past couple of years. I can see there's Abdul, he's the VP of Education, please come up. Noel, VP of Volunteers, please come up. Maureen, I can see where are you? Just come on up so that at least you can, they can just see your faces and they can hear your voices. So please come. And then you can introduce yourselves individually.
Good evening. My name is Judy Komen, PMP, and Director of Events at PMI Kenya.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Maureen Bithiocha, and I am the Board Secretary.
Good evening. My name is Noel Makagutu, and Jean has said I'm VEP, Volunteer Engagement.
Good evening. My name is Abdurrahman Ahmed. I'm the VP for Education and Professional Development, PMI Kenya.
Good evening. My name is Colin Sayoto. I'm the Director, Youth and Social Impact.
Good evening. My name is Simon Turere. I'm the outgoing Director of Strategic Initiatives.
How are you going? Good evening. Daniel Theuri, Director Communications. Welcome.
Hi everyone. My name is Ipora Kamau. I am the VP membership. I think we've interacted with most of you, if not all. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is the team. This is the leaders of the volunteer leaders. Yeah, people who have really been pushing behind the scenes. Without them, even we would not have been able to achieve most of what we've said we've achieved today. The other team that I wanted to invite up here are the planning team for the awards. Simon, where is your team? Where are the ladies? There's Twyla, there's Dominic, there's Christine. We know all of them. And also the ladies that were in the committees. I can see Eunice. Where is there? Let me just put them in front of you so that at least you can see that actually it is not just one person that is moving. PMI is not just one person. The PMI Kenya chapter, we actually are a whole bunch of people who are back here. And you're going to be hearing a little bit more from them as we get into the prize giving. Who is that sneaking? Yes. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Sit down. All right, so now we are getting into what we are going to talk about, what we all came for, which is the awards and the appreciations. We got a real load of them coming up. I want to ask Jane, maybe you can just come in quickly and just give. Jane was the chair of the assessment team. Most of the committee members are here. She's just going to give us just a little bit of feedback about what she saw. And this is going to benefit even those who are going to try to apply next year. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Jane. My name is Jane Boro. I'm a project manager, and I was in the assessment committee. We were a team of 7 judges. I don't know if the judges are here. Jean was one of them. Where are the rest? Just raise up your hand. You see them? Yeah, that's okay. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate all the judges. Remember, these are busy people who are working during the day, and we had to create time in the evenings so that we can conduct our meetings. I also want to appreciate Jean and his team of board members because of the support they gave us. This team of judges did an excellent work, working way into the night. They did their own individual assessments, and then after that we had a number of meetings where we were able to look into all the results and then harmonize and eventually come up with finalists. Just a word of observation that we saw during the assessment, that you find that some people did not follow the instructions, where you're told maybe describe in 200 words or 500 words, and then you find somebody is just giving a statement. So it means you may not even get the kind of marks you're looking for. When it comes to nomination, it's not the number of people who nominate you. We just need a nominator and a seconder. But it's how you brought out the size in the moment and how you conducted that project and how unique or the differentiator from any other project so that you come out to be the unique person who was able to achieve, to complete this project the way it should be so that you emerge the winner. We also noticed that some people just do a copy-paste, maybe even from PMBOK. So instead of describing how stakeholder management or cost was done in your project, you just copy-paste from PMBOK and you're just explaining what is stakeholder management. So kindly, when you're submitting, submit the project you did, not what you have read in the books. And finally, the other thing I wanted to mention is with regard to when you are nominating an individual, know the person and the project they did, please, so that you tell us exactly what you know they did. That is very, very important. So this year, there was an additional category for social impact, which got a very good response, and we were happy about that. And going forward, we hope to review the entire process and ensure that the questions are well done. You know, we believe in continuous improvement, enhance, and ensure that the rules of participation and guidelines are provided well. I want to thank everybody who made this gala night a success, because already I can see a success. And may the best win. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Over to you, Tyler.
Hi, everyone. So before we call upon some of our speakers to give out the awards, you've been seated for a while. And I want to jog your memory a bit. So kindly stand. I'm going to ask you to do something very simple. Follow instruction. So if you look to me, if I'm going to ask a question, yes is to your right. So you jump to your right or you move to your right. Okay? Yes is to your right. No is to your left. Okay? So if I ask, is today 1st of December? You don't say, you do.
You have to move.
You do instead of saying. Okay? Is today 1st of December? Is today 2023? Okay? And if you're not moving, we will know because you need to move. Okay? So it's not going to be that straightforward. Look for your neighbors. So my questions are going to be very simple because we travel, we Google, we know things. So I'm going to ask you about capital cities. If this is a capital city of that country, it is yes. If it is not, it is no. Okay? Take one. Nairobi. Is Nairobi a capital city?
Yes.
Is Kisumu a capital city? Okay. Abuja? Lagos? If you've moved right to Lagos, just have a seat. Lagos is not a capital city. Okay? Kigali, Kampala, Tel Aviv. If you've moved right to Tel Aviv, it's not a capital city. The capital city is Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Okay. Johannesburg. If you've moved right, have a seat. Johannesburg is not one of the capital cities in South Africa. Okay. Pretoria, Cape Town, and who knows the third one?
If you know the third one, you can sit.
South Africa is the only country in Africa that has 3 capital cities. And each capital city has its responsibility. That's your assignment, okay? Geneva. If you've moved, have a seat. Djibouti. Vatican City. Yes. So if you do not move, Vatican City is the capital city of Vatican City, which is a country. Have a seat. Clearly, we need to be knowing capital cities here. Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam is not a capital city. Mexico. Mexico City. So there's no win. Okay, Abdul, please come. Please come. If you're the only people remaining standing, come. Mexico City is the capital city of Mexico. There are very few countries that have the same name as their capital city. Who knows another one? Very simple. It's travel destination. Yes. Also Singapore. Okay? So Abdul, please come. I have an award for you. And your award is going to be very, very simple. Because we had very good speakers. You are going to award all of them with a gift. Okay? Thank you, Abdul. So I would like to call all the speakers to come up to the photo session, please, here, to give you a gift, just to say thank you for coming today, taking your time, plus Madam President.
I think we can do one by one. So we can start with the engineer. Makofi kwa engineer. Thank you, Mr. Stanley. And finally, Brian Resala from FFA, Football Foundation for Africa. Round of applause, guys. Abdul, this one. And lastly, Abdul, who's our VP for Education. Thank you.
So the moment we've been waiting for, the reason we are here, is to award the winners for today. So you'll take us through the first category, and to award this category, we'll have Fatuma awarding this category. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to explain what this award symbolizes. So the volunteer who has contributed to the members or development of the chapter in the year 2023. So what we are looking at was technical ability to identify and exploit opportunities and lead, management of day-to-day activities to drive change in their dockets. So that's the first one. The second one is good personal characteristics. So you're looking at the impact the volunteer has had, outwardly regarding what is in their CV or LinkedIn profile. So what we're looking at is the consistency, how much effort have they put into, what are the initiatives that they've taken to grow the docket and the chapter as a whole. And lastly is the strategic contributions. So do they understand the objectives of their docket and how do they implement these strategies? So let me just give up. We have a nice... So the document is very sealed. And you have to open it. You can leave it up to us. So the guys see that this has not been rigged, Form 34A and B is right there. So kindly open it up for us, Fatuma.
So the envelope has 2 winners. Okay. So I will call out the Volunteer of the Year. Really excited about this because I've seen some passionate volunteers. So, 2023 Volunteer of the Year goes to, I will start with the runner-up. And this is somebody that I've actually seen in action. The passion has been very clear, and I'm really grateful to be the one to call them out and celebrate them. Colin Zayondo, runner-up for Volunteer of the Year, Social Impact. Congratulations. And now, without wasting any more of your time, I'd like to celebrate and call out the winner and Volunteer of the Year 2023, Abdul Rahman Ahmed.
What is not happening? Okay, great. So one round of applause for our winner. Guys, give a round of applause for our winner kindly. So now we're moving to the next category, which we're calling the Volunteer Docket of the Year. So what we are trying to do is want to recognize the docket that has contributed immensely to the chapter in line with the vision and mission. They've generally performed well in line with docket roles and have had a positive impact on the growth of the PMI chapter. and its contribution to the profession, which are in line with this year's themes, which is seizing the moment, the now and the future of innovation of project management. So I'm going to just call up Brian Resala, who's going to award these winners in this category. Give a round of applause for Brian Resala, founder and CEO of Future Football Foundation of Africa. Go up on that.
Volunteer docket.
Yeah. So just open. They'll start with the runner up. Just the volunteer docket. Yes, just to announce the winner.
That's the winner.
So thank you for this opportunity. And we do not have a runners-up. We have a winner. So volunteer docket of the year winner, Youth and Social Good.
Where are the members of the Youth and Social Good? Kindly come forward. Guys, let's give them a clap as they come forward. So this is the docket that has really put in the work to entrench project management here in Kenya and Africa as a whole. And so please, kindly, guys, let's give them a clap. And even what's amazing is how this team has a lot of women who've taken the opportunity and the role to ensure that our chapter grows and becomes the best chapter in the Kenya. That was great. Congratulations to Youth and Social Good. Now I want to go to a very special category, which is the Young Professional of the Year. So in this category, PMI Kenya aims to recognize and honor young professionals who have made a significant impact in advancing project management within an organization, advancing the knowledge and understanding of the practice of project management, and a demonstration of an understanding of PMI standards, practices, and ethics. So for this category, I am going to call forward Moses Omondi, who's going to award this year's winners. Give a round of applause for Moses Omondi.
Blessings they for my yard, and like that, you go be, you go see, you go feel because the blessings follow my yard, blessings follow my yard, that's why yes.
All right, yeah. The runner-up for the young professional category winners are Henry Mushira.
So that's our winner for the Young Professional Award. Give a round of applause for Henry Mwenda Mushira. So, thank you very much. So on our next category, we want to announce which is the Project Management of the Year. So what we're looking at is a project manager who has demonstrated significant and sustained contributions to project management. And these contributions have to span a minimum of 4 consecutive years. One who has expands and knowledge, has used and applied project management globally, and also are in line with this year's theme of seizing the moment. So for this point, I'm going to call Engineer Mativo to please come in and award this year's Project Manager of the Year. So we're going to start with the runners-up first. Welcome, welcome.
It's my pleasure to announce the runner-up of the Project Manager of the Year, and the runner-up is Alan Maturu.
Girl, you got me so high. Girl, I swear it ain't nice. Girl, you got me so high, high. Girl, I swear it ain't nice. Sura ya upanga shingo ukunyuma kasimura anda mwendo malingo na kazulishe sura ya upanga shingo ukunyuma kasimura. Hey, she got the fire waste, fire waste, fire waste.
And the winner of the Project Manager of the Year award is Ebenezer Amadi.
Ebenezer, who is the Project Manager of the Year in the Project Management Excellence Awards 2023. Guys, round of applause. Thank you so much, Engineer Mativo, and congratulations to Ebenezer Amadi. So we're going to our next category, which is the Social Impact Project of the Year. So this category showcases outstanding project management, both in the NGO space, so which is non-government organizations, which support public or community efforts without profit being a governing factor, and the public sector covering civil service, health, justice, education, defense, local government, and non-commercial government entities. For the revenue range, it's unrestricted. For this award, please let me call Susan Masila, who's going to award this year's winners for the Social Impact Project of the Year. Round of applause for Susan Masila.
Thank you. This one has two, so I'll start with the runner-up. Can we have drum rolls for the runner-up? And it goes to Blue Chip Technologies.
Ooh, Blue Chip Technologies. Can we come them up for the front? Congratulations for emerging as the runners-up for the Social Impact Project of the Year in the Project Management Excellence Awards 2023, guys. Let's give them a clap. Moja, 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 Moja.
I wanna live with you. I get the reason why I can't let go. Girl, you never know, so you come gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you come gossip.
Congratulations, Blue Chip Technology. Thank you.
And now, can we have the African drum rolls? Louder, louder, louder. And the winner is Rural Women Peace Link. Drum rolls as they come up. Drum rolls as they come
Congratulations
up.
to the Rural Women Peace Link for emerging as the social impact projects of the year and the Project Management Excellence 2023 Gala Awards. Thank you so much, Susan, and congratulations to the Rural Women Peace Link. Yeah, guys, one last round of applause, guys. Yes, so now we're going into the project of the year, below 10 million Kenya shillings, I assume, right? And this category showcases outstanding project management in small and medium enterprises with 250 or below employees. It could cover information systems, technology, business transformation, engineering, product development, or any other affiliated areas. So as I said, we're actually the range for this role is for projects which are below 10 million Kenya shillings. So kindly allow me to invite our the ICT Authority CEO to award this. Oh, it's okay. Madam okay. Small commercial break. So, what embodies? Why did you have two categories? So, when you're looking at projects, you do have projects that support small kind of enterprises, and these are organizations who are actually making a big difference in the lives of citizens here in our country. And when you think about an organizations like Toyota, so Toyota has applied for all their parts by about 4,000 companies. And this is why we're trying to entrench and show gratitude to the SMEs, because they are really the backbone of our economy. They're able to do the heavy lifting in the lower areas where they're not appreciated, but they do really a big part in even creating employment opportunities in all sectors of our industries. So, as I said, this category showcases outstanding project management in small and medium enterprises with 250 or fewer employees. It could cover information technology, or more called IT, business transformation, engineering, product development, or other areas. DJ, actually, play for me a jam. I want to kill the suspense, because I know everyone is wondering who would come on board for this. So, Tyler, I know we have an icebreaker that we didn't do today. And we have to engage these guys. We want them to actually just start rubbing your hands. I want guys to keep it warm. Everyone, we go 1. How do you see guys rubbing their hands? Please. Or is it getting too hot in the room already? It is. I can see Twyla fanning herself. See it getting hot. Let me ask, how many people here have a startup, small enterprise that they run? It could be a side hustle or anything. Do you wanna? Let me just call you to tell me something. How you entrench project management in your startup?
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wilson. I have a small startup by the name Jijipa Investments. I was lucky to be in an award ceremony like this in the transport and logistics sector. So, being a small enterprise, I'm starting to, put ICT into the business. I did a website for it. I'm trying to, embed the payment systems into the website. People can be able to make payments for transport and logistics. I'm also having another arm of solar equipment. So I'm actually running 2 sectors, that is transport and logistics, and sales of solar equipment. So I believe that's how I can put it. When it comes to AI, I'm still far from that, but I'm getting there slowly by slowly and gradually. So what I've done so far is that I've been able to embed a payment system into the website so that whenever somebody wants to make a payment, either for transport or for payment of solar equipment, then they can use the website to make the payments. So that's where I've reached so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we don't stop looking at SMEs as side hustles. They could be the main hustle as well. So thank you so much for that. Let me give Stanley to now call in the runners up for the project of the year below 10 million.
Thank you. I hadn't gone out to rig. So it is now my duty and pleasure to present to you. This thing is empty.
You have to go deeper.
When we say wameiba kura. Okay. Yeah, so it is now my pleasure to bring to you Project of the Year Award, the below 10 million category. Runners up is Faulu Internet Banking.
Faulu Internet Banking, please come forward, guys. Give it a bigger hand round of applause for them, guys. Give it up for Faulu Internet Banking, who are under Old Mutual. I like the dancing, the psych, you know. They must have done a whole long project. It's been a big year for them. And we really congratulate them for coming first runners up at the annual Project Management Excellence Awards, Kenya. Congratulations to Faulu Internet Banking. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kindly, Mr. Stanley, take us through who are the winners for this year's Project of the Year under 10 million.
And the winner is EDI Project, Old Mujo.
Hey, something is not happening. I am seeing the same faces, just different teams. Guys, give it up for the winners of the Project of the Year under 10 million for Faulu. Congratulations. Guys, my coffee. One. Congratulations to the winners of the Project of the Year under 10 million, who are the EDI from Faulu. On to our last category, which is the Project of the Year above 10 million. So we have the runner-ups and the winners. And this category aims to showcase outstanding project management in large private enterprises. So the other one was for SMEs. This one are moving to the corporation, the conglomerates, which have more than 250 employees. And projects as well can cover any industry from ICT to business transformation, engineering, product development, among other areas. So kindly, Stanley, please, I want you to tell us who are the runners-up for this final category for Project of the Year at the annual Project Management Excellence Awards, Kenya 2023.
Thank you. The runners-up, Safaricom M-Pesa Refresh.
Woo! Guys, where's the Safaricom M-Pesa team? I really appreciate when I see the ladies have really represented on this project. Let's give them a round of applause to Safaricom M-Pesa Refresh. who have emerged. Guys, one last round of applause for the runners-up of the Project of the Year at the Project Management Excellence Awards.
And now, the winner, Project of the Year, above 10 million category, is none other than AAR Insurance.
Guys, we need more celebrations. DJ, wake and go, as we celebrate our winners of the Project of the Year, above 10 million, coming from AAR Insurance.
Congratulations to all the winners. After this, you can come out here and take more photos. We'll also have a photo booth outside if you'd like to take more photos. So I would like to call upon Noel to take us through the next category of awards.
Good evening. The board and the initiative of the president, we have come up with a new award that recognizes volunteers and, okay, not Volunteer of the Year award, people who have given service to the chapter, either current or had served before. So this is the President's Award that is presented to several people in recognition of their exemplary leadership and demonstration of the chapter core values of integrity, inclusivity, professionalism, collaboration, and service. The first person is Stephanie Yaga, my friend. Next person, please be upcoming. This is Collins Owino Ayodo. Collins? Oh, he disappeared. Richard Magu? Oh, he disappeared. Ken Milugo? Oh, he got lost. Engineer Kevin Nyakundi? But since Ron is here, did Ron leave? Oh, Ron, you can take for Nyakundi. You can be his representative. The next person is Abdul. Abdul, today you are shining.
Guys, give it a round for Abdul.
And finally, we have Edward Githure. Is he around or has he been kidnapped? I know some of you have heard of a guy called Epicurus. For those who have not, too bad. I'm not going to tell you who he was. But he said, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember, what you have now was among the things you only hoped for. My name is Noel Makagutu. I'm an architect. I'm a project manager. I'm a PMP. I'm a student. And Ron talked about PMI CP, and I think in this room I'm the only one with that certification. Clap for me. And I have the opportunity today to give a vote of thanks. First, I want to say that I was harassed by a guy called Simon. He didn't give me an opportunity to refuse, but it is all good. As our president said already, the role of PMI Kenya is to entrench, to promote, and to empower project management. So, first, I think there are many things that were said today that are important for us to remember. I know some of you have forgotten because the food was so good. But because I was here, I'm going to make sure that you remember something, at least. So if you are afraid that AI is going to take your job, it is not. Fatma said that what is going to happen is if you don't have AI skills, somebody else will take your job, somebody who has AI skills. So please, upskill and reskill. There's a nice story about the teacher who banned the calculator because he saw the calculator was going to take his job. So he banned the calculator from class. Don't be that teacher. Embrace the calculator. So, because some of you, it's past your bedtime, I don't want to take a lot of time. So I want to thank, first of all, the people who made this event happen, the team that worked with Simon, the events team, or not the events team, but the awards team. Thank you very much for making this a success. The board, members of the board, headed by our good president, Jean. Thank you very much for what you did. I want to thank our guests, Fatma, Moses, Engineer Mativo, Brian and Stanley, for staying with us and for your wonderful speeches. And we hope that, those of you who have been looking for work can now look for Stanley and Engineer Mativo. There's just an opinion. Just tell him that, boss, you said this at this event. So just send your CV tomorrow and say I sent you. I also want to thank the PMI members, all of you who are here. This could not have happened if you did not come. So thank yourselves. A book clap for yourselves. Our service providers, first the hotel that has given us a venue. We'd be under a tree now, maybe, I don't know. So we are here. So we must thank Ole Sereni for giving us this space, even if we paid. ASA for their sound work, the audiovisual. I hope you saw yourself on TV. I know some of you have not seen yourself on TV, so that must have been very good. So thank you very much, ASA. Peak Point, our ATP and event sponsor. Ron, again, tell Engineer Kevin that we really are grateful. Thank you so much, and we hope to continue working together. I don't know if there's anyone I have not thanked. So if I have not thanked you, I am sorry. So just account yourself among people I have thanked, but I have not named. But because I have this opportunity to talk, I'm going to fire all volunteers. They didn't even nominate the docket that is in charge of their work. So all the volunteer positions are now vacant. We are going to look for new volunteers. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night and happy holidays. Oh, sorry, I forgot to announce something. I know volunteers are looking at me and they're like, this guy, we've been working and he's not saying anything about us. So volunteers, I have your certificates. Because you are many, I can't start here and calling your names. It will take us forever. So please pick your certificate as you leave. Board members and former board members, we also have some small token of appreciation. Please pick it as you go or as you stay, I don't know, whichever you choose to do. And then lastly, I don't know whether Dominic has anything to say, but if he doesn't, he has told me he doesn't. If you want to go home, you go home. If you want to go dance somewhere, you can go dance. There's a DJ. So the DJ just play music. The people who want to go home, they said that there's an event out of town. So please, please keep them busy. Thank you very much, everyone.